Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and we're looking at the Penderwicks in Spring, Chapter 21, The Secret Comes Out. Oh wow, was this chapter so intense. I had so many different emotions reading this chapter, mostly sadness. Well, this chapter starts with Batty in the closet. If you remember, everyone is downstairs, Lydia, Iantha, and Ben, and Dad, and Rosalind, and they're just talking and learning about Batty's secret. During this time, Batty kind of wakes up and she goes and hides inside her closet in her bedroom. In the closet, she has all her special things. So she has her pictures of Hound, her pictures of her mom, her other special Hound things. And Batty has been sleeping a lot, but it hasn't been good sleep. It's just this sleep that's like numb. It doesn't feel good. She doesn't feel rested. And so she goes into the closet and she's trying to sleep again, but find peace and rest in the closet, which she can't, but she tries. Rosalind finds her, and Rosalind goes inside the closet and tries to squeeze in there with Batty. And while she gets in there, she finds the pictures that Batty was looking at, and especially the picture of Batty and her mom. And when Rosalind looks at this, Batty starts to cry, and all of this confession starts to come out, but she just starts crying so bad, and Rosalind gets really scared. So she runs downstairs and gets Mr. Penderwick and Iantha. And they come back, they grab Batty, they get her out of the closet, they put her in her bed, and then Batty, while she's crying and laying down, she starts to apologize for killing her mom. Which, of course, that's not Batty's fault. But that's how she feels and what she heard from Sky. And so as she's crying and saying all this stuff and she gets it out, and then she falls asleep for real. And this is a really good sleep that she's sleeping. When she wakes up, her father's there right next to her bed. And when she wakes up, she gets her some food, and she's feeling much better now that this secret has come out, and it's okay. She's still alive. The secret didn't destroy her or the world, and now she's starting to feel okay. And so Mr. Penderwick had talked to Sky, the other sisters, and tried to piece together to understand what had happened with Batty. And then he learned that what Sky had said to Jeffrey. Well, that was wrong, what Sky thought. And so Mr. Penderwick wanted to let Batty know the truth. And so he starts telling her the truth. The real story is that they thought that if Iantha was pregnant, it would actually fight the cancer. So the doctors they didn't know, but they thought maybe she'd have a good chance from all the extra things that happen in your body when you have a baby, that it would fight the cancer for her. And it didn't, which was sad, and she died. But it wasn't because of Batty. It was because that was the best choice. And Mr. Penderwick says, even if Iantha decided to have Batty die and then use the cancer treatment, maybe chemotherapy, then she might have died also that way. And then Mom would have died and Batty would have died. And so Mr. Penderwick is really, really happy to have Batty. And he tells her that. And Batty asks, "Oh, but don't you hate me or think I'm bad?" And Mr. Penderwick says, "No, I never felt like that." Well, after that conversation, the chapter ends. And we get into the next one. But before we talk about the next chapter, we need to look at some vocabulary. And in this chapter, there's a lot of sad vocabulary. The first one is wretchedness. Batty's hiding with her wretchedness. And this is like the dirt or the shame and the sadness kind of you feel. You feel low and terrible and wretchedness. She's just holding on to her wretchedness. The other one is desolation. And again, this is a same, but it's like this terrible, maybe loneliness, this terrible situation. Again, it's like the very sad, sad feeling. Anguish, which is a very strong feeling of sadness, with also maybe some depression inside of it, like if your teacher gives you too much homework, and it's so much homework, and you just feel like this kind of really strong sadness and kind of lost because you don't know what to do. It's anguish. And the last one is resent. And this is also what Batty asks her father. Did you ever resent me? Which is like hate me or think badly about me. Because, right, there was the mom and Batty. Mom died and Batty lived. So maybe someone could, like Sky, resent Batty, thinking it's her fault or Batty is bad because this happened. And so Batty asked, Daddy, did you ever resent me? Did you ever hate me or feel badly towards me because I killed Mom? And Mr. Penderwick, of course, says, no, never. I love you, and I would never think something like that. That is resent, which, whew, Batty's going through some seriously deep, dark emotions, and all these vocabulary words are kind of about that darkness in our emotional kind of feelings. Some discussion questions I'd like to ask you. Have you ever felt relief after sharing a secret? Sometimes the pressure of having a secret can really hurt us, and we can see this in Batty's story, right? She's just holding this secret inside that really hurts her. But once she shares it, it loses its power, and she starts to feel so much better. There's still hurtful things, right? There's still pain. She's still crying, but she starts to feel so much better as she starts talking about it. Has that ever happened to you? And that can be like a small thing, too. Like maybe you took a cookie when your mom was making cookies and you ate it and you didn't want to tell anyone. Well, finally you said, Mom, I ate the cookie. And it feels a little better, right? It doesn't have to be a really big thing like Batty, but even a small thing. Has that ever happened to you? And the last one, what do you think Sky will do? Sky has left, right? She decided to go to her friend's house for the day just to think. I mean, oh my goodness. This whole thing is almost all because of Sky, right? Sky probably feels like that this is her fault. Batty's trauma, Batty's pain, all the stuff that had been happening with Batty is her fault. And what do you think she's gonna do? There's a bunch of different things she can do, and I'm sure we'll find out later. But what do you think? What would you do if you were Sky? And if you're not Sky, what do you think she would do? Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me for another book club preview. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.